Up and running with a point on the board. What's your assessment?
Do you know what? I'm not disappointed. I'd love to have won to for our crowd. It was a fantastic atmosphere, fantastic, a really good competitive game. Two teams playing different styles of football, which is correct. Swindon always carried the threat. Without a shadow of a doubt, they carried the threat in the game. A very well set up team. So they're always going to be difficult to create a lot of chances against that type of opponent. But I thought we played really well. We limited to Swindon to very few opportunities. But my biggest gripe's the penalty. It just is. I just don't understand how the referee hasn't given it. My first reaction, I always feel I'm fair. I genuinely feel I'm a fair person. I'm not. And my first reaction, I just sat down thinking it was a stonewall penalty. And obviously I'm only walking through, people are telling me it is a stonewall penalty. So I just get disappointed because if the penalty's given and we do go 2-0 up, you do feel that would have been, us in a really good position to go on and win the game. But it wasn't to be. I do respect the fact that the referees make decisions like everything in a moment and a split second. So whilst I'm disappointed, I do accept the decision. And obviously at that point at 1-up, you're always, not hanging on, because we were never hanging on. But when we didn't have loads of chances ourselves, by the way, but when we did have our one or two moments, keeper made a great save from Grigg in the first half, James Berry come on, so it was a game of few chances, but I think the pleasing thing for us now is we're back in the league, aren't we, and we're up and running. Yeah,
it was a pivotal moment in the game, wasn't it, that decision? I don't know if the referee just didn't have a good view of it or what, but
there's 4 people, isn't there? He has two assistants and a 4th official, and again, and like I said to the referee, I don't know how you haven't given it. I just don't know. I just can't understand it. From my reaction, Michael Jacobs clearly touches the ball and the defender takes him out. And my disappointing thing for officials is he obviously hasn't seen the same thing that I've seen. And that's what disappoints me, because if I haven't seen the correct thing, then I'm wrong. But the biggest worry for me is that I feel I'm correct, so we'll see. But as I say, there's not a criticism. I just felt it to change the game. The reality is, like I say, with the officials, they're going to make mistakes, and I felt he made one tonight.
Will you get a chance to talk to him later, or is it not?
But there is not much point, Liam, is there? I get yellow carded right away for the first time you say anything. That's the disappointing thing, because if he has made a mistake, surely my card should be rescinded, and he should be given a yellow card. I'm sure the FA won't go for that, likely, but we'll live with that. And again, the overriding thing was the game was a good game. Swindon brought good support. Stadium was seen in a great light. Our club was seen in a great light. And as I say, the officials will make mistakes, and I felt he made one tonight. That's affected the outcome of the game.
You talk about the first half, really on the front foot, very, very positive, wasn't it?
Played well, really played well, and it's a style of play that we enjoy. I think our fans enjoy it. I felt second half probably too possession based, without having a cutting edge. And the cutting edge obviously comes from players, and personnel. And I think as our supporters are aware, we're still in the market for players. We haven't, stopped yet. We've got a couple of injuries, but we're still in the market for 1 or 2 more players for sure. That might, improve us as a squad.
And I suppose you're not always going to have it your own way, are you? Swindon can edge their way back into
100%. 100%. Swindon had a good spell in the second half with a better team for a bit. And you can see the physicality of the league. You just felt like, I feel the game had such a higher intensity to it, the tempo. And I think that should be tempered a bit when people get a bit about expectancy for the year. Let's enjoy being back in the league and see where it takes us.
And I know you don't like to pick out individuals, but Devon Tanton, I think he's going to get the man of the match tonight.
Outstanding, really is. Bright player. I thought he'd run out of petrol. He's obviously got some fuel tank, hasn't he? That's for sure. I think Fulham, and I've got to say, Fulham are absolutely amazing to deal with. We deal with quite a few loans coming in and out, and to be fair to some of the clubs, the big clubs, some of them are so difficult to deal with. In my opinion, some of them don't have the players' best interest at heart, and that's sad. But that's the way football is. Fulham were an absolute credit to Fulham and to their young players, how they conducted themselves in the deal, and we're delighted to have such a young, exciting prospect.
And just overall, a great occasion tonight.
Yeah, delighted. Our support was brilliant. Our fans were absolutely, the atmosphere was electric. The stands were bouncing. The floodlights are brilliant, aren't they? Great credit to Ash and Phil. They've come in and the stadium's improving, and the feel-good factor around the stadium's a strong one. So, whilst we're a tad disappointed tonight, we'll move on to the next game.
Yeah, just finally, it's Derby, the next game.
Oh yeah.
Carabao Cup. Not particularly high on your priorities, or
no, we'll have to attack it, won't we? We can't play a local game against such a strong club and want to make changes and all that. So I think unfortunately, if the tie would have been a different one, maybe we'd have looked at it differently. But I think you'll see a very strong Chesterfield 11 on Tuesday night.
Thanks,
guys.